Hello everyone and welcome to another Ramen Talk. Now as I'm saying this I realise yesterday I knew I was going to do a Ramen Talk and I said to myself, right, I need to come up with topics to talk about, and guess what I didn't do? Come up with freaking topics to talk about. Right, okay. Well, I have got a couple topics I want to talk about. As you can see, first off, I'm not in the conservatory, and I am formally announcing that I am moving, as if anyone cares. I am moving out of the conservatory into my room because, for every video, and that includes unboxings as well, because I cannot control the freaking sound. It's like first of all, if it's hot, it's like a sauna, and if it's cold, it's like a freezer. Second of all, because of the way that the conservatory is built, the sound is amplified almost in there. And third of all, I'm much closer to the outside sounds in the conservatory, so I can't control them as much. Whereas in here, I have fewer sounds. And plus, the lighting is so much better in here because I actually have a white light instead of the natural sunlight, which is yellow. Today's Ramen Talk, we're going to be eating this ramen. This ramen. This is Namja Ramyeon. Potato ramen, but basically it's potato ramen. And the difference between normal ramen and this ramen is that the noodles are made with potato. I'm not actually sure what flavour it is. Because it's difficult to discern the smell. Here's the ramen. There it is. Can you see that? Now, I didn't leave a lot of soup base in there, because this is a soup based ramen, I think. But I didn't leave a lot of the soup in there because I don't like a lot of the soup in there. I do like the soup, but I don't like it swimming in it. I'm not a drinker. I will drink it, but I'm not a drinker. And I don't really know what the flavour is, so let's just give it a mix. Didn't really take much colour either. Looks like there's some carrots, some like spring onion, possibly some... I forgot, I haven't used chopsticks in about a month. Oh, it's supposed to be beef. It's beef. Okay, it's beef. There we go. Oh, I'm getting it everywhere. It smells nice. It smells like a bit of beefy, bit like, you know, noodle water after you've cooked the ramen. That's what it smells like, and I actually like that, so it doesn't bother me. What's this? Let's try what this is. I think that's cabbage. Oh, it's got a nice crunch. Oh, leek. I think it's a leek. Is it leek? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I think I've just eaten a mushroom. That's really nice. Here's the mushrooms in this because I might I just ate a mushroom. Dried chives, dried carrot, dried onion, dried mushroom and dried red pepper. Ew! I hate mushrooms. Ew. Okay. Right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is about me. Right, that sounds a bit weird. So basically, I have been suffering for the last week and a half with a shoulder injury. Not quite sure how I've done it, but it was last Sunday night, I was absolutely fine the entire night, and this is... And suddenly, I was about to go to bed and suddenly I moved my arm and it freaking hurt so badly, and I couldn't, my shoulder joint was so painful. It felt like my shoulder joint had dislocated. I know it hadn't because I would have been in extreme pain, but that's what it felt like. And I was like, what the hell? Where's that come from? So I was like, okay, I'll just take some tablets to painkillers to get rid of the pain, and I will put some DP on my arm I know that's mainly for muscles and like pain relief in your muscles, but I thought it can't hurt. So I was like, I woke up the next morning, it was a bit better. I was like, oh, okay, so what I'll do is I'll put some DP, every night before I go to sleep, I'll put some DP and take some painkillers. I think I was a bit too overzealous and a bit too generous with the DP. My arm was turning white because of how much DP I was using. And I mean, it's already white. And I started to ruin my t-shirt because of how much DP I was using. And it's not better now. But then after a while I started to notice my muscle in my arm, my muscles, yes I do have muscles, so you know, was starting to get extremely weak. To the point where I could hardly pick anything up with this arm. Luckily I'm a righty, not a lefty. I could not pick anything up with this arm. Well, I could, but it was just like very, very hard. And I can't outstretch my arm. I had very limited movement with this arm. I could not lift it up. I couldn't do this. I mean, I can do this now because it's better now. I have a lot more movement now. But my bed's squeaking. But I had no idea what was causing it. And then I realised I had been overusing the DP. And a lot of people don't realise that DP, if you use it too much, it actually causes your pain to get worse and your muscles to weaken. So using too much DP is not a good idea, so don't do that, like I did. But after I literally decided, right, I'm not going to use a DP now. I'll see how it feels with a night with no painkillers and no DP. And I woke up the next morning and it was a lot better. My muscles had regained some strength. They're still not the best they are. I'm still not 100%. I initially thought I'd sprained it. And if it's not better in the next week, I'm going to have to go to the doctors because I don't know what's going on with it. I used to get it I had it in my hip a few months ago. My hip joint decided to not work and stiffen up and I could not move my leg that much. I'm just obviously getting old, aren't I? Obviously. I'm 23, almost. I should not be having this stuff. And also, I was very worried that it was arthritis, which I know that losing weight would help. So if anyone wants to take a guess, any doctors want to take a guess at what that is, be my guest. You know, the noodles aren't noticeably potatoey. They're not actually that different from other noodles. I thought they would be. I don't get a lot. I kind of get the starch, but not much potato flavour. So what I think they've actually done is not use actual potato, they've used potato starch. So it's starchy based noodles. Aren't all noodles starch based? What's in this one? Help. There is potato starch in all the noodles, so obviously this just has a high content. Shall we talk about some comebacks? I don't remember where I got to in the last one. Comebacks I've liked recently. Right, G-Idol's just released a song called Last Dance for Universe, and that's good, I like that one. Obviously we've got to talk about ITZY's new song, Guess Who. I have actually bought that album. I bought it on the day that it was released because I listened to the whole album and I like, out of the 6 songs that are on there, I like 5 of them. So I thought, ooh, I'm going to get this one. And I just think it's really good. It's your typical ITZY song. Well, actually, I would say it's a bit different than other ITZY songs, but I really like it. But I don't know about you. It's fine, I'm just choking on ramen. I don't know about you, but I find it really difficult to rank ITZY songs and Everglow songs as well. Everglow and ITZY are like the same group for me. To me, I think Wannabe is my favourite song from ITZY. But I really can't put the others in an order. Because they're all so freaking good. Possibly Icy, then Not Shy, then Dalla Dalla. But I don't know where Mafia in the Morning would fit into that. And also, look at this. I've never seen that before. Look at they're moving. Can you see that? The images on their album thing are moving. Itsy Queens. And then Everglow, obviously Laddie Da is like 2020 anthem. So that would be at the top for me. But then the other three I really cannot put them into an order. The other three, Bon Bon Chocolat, Dun Dun and Adios. I can't put them in an order. There's a group that came back recently debuted recently called Hot Issue, and I liked their debut song Gratata. I also like Dunga Dunga. DRUNK-DAZED by enhypen. I have some questions. I like the song Drunk-Dazed. I'll put it on my phone. But I have a few questions about the music video. The concept seemed a little bit too mature for them. The oldest one is 20, so most of them are young adults. And the youngest one was born in 2005. He's not an adult. He's not an adult. Nikki, not an adult. No. And I had some very, very strong strong feelings towards the music video because I think the concept again was kind of like a vampire-y concept where they're at this like rave, but drunk-dazed. I don't have a problem with like people under the age like drinking alcohol so long as they do it in moderation and they don't wreck their life and like become an alcoholic at a young age. You shouldn't really drink underage, and I don't drink at all, but I don't have a problem if someone like 16 or like, can I have some alcohol? I'd have some reservations, but as long as it's like a couple, possibly like 1 or 2 drinks, I don't see the problem with it. If they were under 15, like perhaps 13 or 14, I probably would hold off. Okay, so the legal drinking age in this country is actually at home 5 to 16. 5, who are you going to give a 5-year-old a drink? But you're not allowed to legally buy alcohol until you're 18. So you can't drink in Korea until you turn January 1st of the year the person turns 20. Since everyone is considered a year older. Some of them are not 20 and they're talking about getting drunk and I mean, I've not analysed the song, so I can't say for certain whether they're talking about getting drunk or something, but what I gather from the title, Drunk-Dazed, and from the music video, it's not really sending a great message. And at one point I'm fairly certain that one of them tries to spike a drink. Obviously I don't think it's drugs, I think it was like blood or something they tried to spike it with, but that does not send the right message. I mean, I could be totally way off here, and if I am, please correct me in the comments. I just don't feel like that was an appropriate concept for a group of that age, especially with the audience that they're targeting towards. I mean, the song is good, the music video is well shot. I just have reservations, that's all. Moving on before I get slated by enhypen fans. Kura Kura, Japanese song by Twice, great. Ween released a song called Watercolor, that album is really good. Luna Solar did Da Da Da, that was really good. And obviously Stacey ASAP, as I told you in the last video, I'm obsessed with. I think I'm going to go ahead and say I'm a Swift. Woodgerson and Natural, that was really good. 3YE or I, whatever it's, Stalker, that was really good. Obviously Stray Kids released Going Dumb and that was really good. I think that's all of them so far. But upcoming comebacks, I'm very excited about the month of May. So, on the 10th, we've got Oh My Girl coming back, and also NC Dreamer releasing Hot Sauce. Wallace are coming back on the 11th with Binary Code. We've got the 12th, Woodgerson are forming a new subunit called The Black, and they're coming back with a song. Twice are releasing officially their Kura Kura album, their single. Promise 9 are coming back on the 17th, and so Rocket Punch. Tribe's coming back on the 18th. And Chaemin is having a last third mini album before he goes back to the military. Bling Bling's coming back. I liked Gigi Bad, and they're having their first mini album on the 20th. Goison's coming back. Finally, it's been over a year since Bazooka, and that was a bop. And they're coming back on the 20th of May. Obviously, BTS's Butter is coming back on the 21st. Everglow's coming back with a mini album on the 25th, and then we've got TXT on the 31st. Then in June, we've got Twice, and their mini album, the 10th mini album, The Taste of Love. I'm also getting into Eurovision mode. Really excited. Oh. Ew. I have not listened to any of the songs. Actually, that's a lie. I've listened to the UK's entry. Can I ask a question of why we always seem to pick rubbish songs? Like, I am fully aware that we might stand a chance. We won't stand a chance regardless of who we pick because everyone hates us. But we might stand a better chance if we choose a good song. I liked the one that, what's his name? James Newman or something? Did last year. Obviously, it wasn't allowed to be used this year, but the new one, Embers, is so boring. I don't know about you guys, but I just find it so boring. It does not sound good. And the only other one that I've listened to, but I didn't listen to fully, I've listened to a snippet of the chorus, was Malta's. I think that was called Jimacas, something like that. I liked that one. But this year I'm really, really trying not to listen to any of them until the actual semi-finals, because I feel like it ruins it for me. But so far, the one I like the best is Malta's. And that's only because I've listened to 2 of them. Well, 1.5. Well, 1 and a bit. Oh, the news that Justin Bieber and the BTS are going to be doing a collab. BTS doesn't need to collab with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is one of the few people on this earth that I physically loathe. It's just, what annoys me the most about him is the fact that he feels like he can get away with anything. Like, he's had so many offences. He's had a DUI, he's had vandalism after vandalism offences. And I just can't stand it. Like, this person should be in jail. And he's now got dreadlocks. Cultural appropriation. BTS, cut him off. Shall I give you an update on Sadie? Sadie's doing very well. She is, I would say, possibly 80 to 90% house trained. She now does most of her poos and wees in the garden. Walking wise, she's taking a while to get used to walking, and we're having to do it slowly. So basically this past week we've been walking her around the garden several times because she pulls a lot, and we're having to do pull training with her with a clicker. She's mastered walking in the garden perfectly. So we've gone round to the garages at the back of the house, and then that's what we're doing this week. And then next week we're going to start actually venturing out into the world. And she just finds it so overwhelming though, that she doesn't get very far. So fingers crossed. Other than that, she has settled in pretty much almost fully. She's an absolute lunatic, and sometimes she'll just look at you and start going crazy. I'm not going to show you her because she just really does not like the camera at all. But yes, she's doing very nicely. Just sitting here eating ramen now. Riveting content, am I right? Shows I've been watching. Obviously we've got to talk about Line of Duty. If you don't know what Line of Duty is, it's a police crime drama that focuses on the anti-corruption unit for police corruption. Oh god, it's gripping stuff. Last Sunday was the last episode. A couple of weeks ago now. A lot of people were disappointed by it. I actually thought the episode was a good episode, like a standard good Line of Duty episode, but The person who was supposedly supposed to be the fourth man, I was disappointed by, because I feel like it was way too obvious to be him. And there's so many questions left unanswered, and I feel like that's the last season. And you know what? I feel like Chloe did not get enough recognition because she did all the work, let's be honest. Let's drink some of the soup. God, you can taste the starch in the soup. Move out of the way, mushroom, disgusting tramp. And also, what's come on today that I really want to watch is a new serial killer documentary on Netflix, The Son of Sam. I've actually never heard of that case before, so I'm excited to see what that's about. I think I'll end it there. That was a really boring ramen talk, sorry.